Well, the tournament was shaping up to be an all-Trinidad and Tobago affair once again. But on the final night of competition, both local clubs tasted defeat at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. Cibao F.C. from the Dominican Republic celebrated an historic CFU title and automatic qualification to the CONCACAF Champions League next February after knocking off San Juab Jabloteh in the championship game, while Central F.C. lost on penalties to Jamaica's Portmore United. From the kickoff, Keith Jeffrey's men marched down the field confidently and prized open a wonderful opening when Verlon Mills turned his man nicely and sent a pinpoint accurate cross towards main man Nathan Lewis at the back post. But for once, the normally clinical Lewis failed to hit the target as goalkeeper Juan Dominguez made the save inside the first minute. They would be made to pay for that miss in the 31st after defending two successive corners. They were a bit unlucky with the third as the deflection from Elijah Manners' body stood up nicely for an alert Richard Dabas to pounce and beat Javon Sample from close range for 1-0 to the visitors. Jabloteh would throw everything at Cibao the rest of the match as they went in search of an equalizer and thought that they had it here early in the second half when Elijah Manners drilled home this beauty. But it was heartache for Jabloteh faithfuls when the referee's assistant had his flag up for a very close call that could have gone either way. It stayed that way to the end, and Cibao celebrated a big win and an historic capture of the CFU club title after just 3 years in existence. More importantly, they gain automatic qualification to next year's CONCACAF Champions League, while Jabloteh will go in the repechage league. Earlier, Central FC looked on course to sew up third place when Jason Marcano's wonderful piece of improvisation beat goalkeeper Kema Foster for 1-0 to the Sharks after just 5 minutes. But substitute Malik Foster would pull Portmore level when he popped up unmarked at the back post to nod in for 1-1 in the 50th. Then the Jamaicans would take the lead for the first time with this blast from Cleon Price in the 77th for 2-1 now. But at the death, Central would draw level after Carlos Edwards' delightful cross comes off the keeper and the bar, but falls invitingly for Keston George to crash home for 2 apiece in dramatic fashion. There was no further scoring, so penalties were needed to separate the two, and there Portmore was perfect from the stripes, scoring all 5 of their attempts. Central, though, would miss early, when of all people, Sean De Silva had a rugby conversion. But with Portmore leading 4-3 and kicking first, that man Malik Foster stepped up and easily started home the winner to seal a 5-3 victory on kicks from the penalty stripe.